Everybody, welcome back to my Stardew Valley completionist farm on Quarantine Farm with Farmer Shan. Today, as I go around and go about my day and do my farming and all of that stuff, I'm going to be talking about a tier list that I mentioned in my last episode that I created while I was thinking about which spouse I wanted to marry. Alright, to the Weather Channel. Welcome to Cozy 5, your number one source for weather, news, and entertainment. And now, the weather forecast for tomorrow. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow. I was given advice that I should watch television every morning to get the weather and to get my fortune teller. So I'm gonna do that. Fortune teller. Ooh, I see a glimmer within a scrying orb, a shard of knowledge from the future. The spirits are in good humor today. I think you'll have a little extra luck. Awesome. So basically, I'll give you a little rundown on who I like, who I don't like, why I like and don't like all of these people. And I will start with my F tier on my tier list. Also, a crow ate one of my crops, so I don't have that crop anymore. I was also given the advice that I should buy more seeds every day, and basically spend my money on seeds as I go, because I'll make more money in the long run, so that is what I'm going to do. Anyway, so back to my tier list. My F tier, my first F tier candidate for Stardew Valley is Haley. She's the one who said that I, would have been attractive if it wasn't for my clothes, and then she said never mind. So I don't think she's nice, and I don't like that about her. She also, in my opinion, I don't do much with her because I don't think she's nice. I know they all have like story arcs and everything, but Haley, just for some reason, it's not redeeming enough for me. I guess I don't know much about it. I know she likes photography, and she likes going to the beach. But to be honest, I don't know much else about her. So the reason she ranks so low is that I think she's mean and she's conceited. And she doesn't really do much on the farm. I think when you marry her, I don't think she does much for you. And you know, it doesn't look like she'd want to do much, whether she does or not. One good thing about her, though, is that the things that she likes are relatively easy to get, especially when you can start going into the desert. So, like, she really, really likes, like, coconuts, so it's just pick those up really easily. The pink cake is harder to get, but it's not, like, that big of a deal. So, yeah, I don't like Haley very much. Again, I just think she kind of doesn't do much. Another one of my F tier candidates is Alex. And to be honest, I don't like Alex for a lot of the same reasons. He seems kind of mean. If you play a female on the farm, like if you're a female in the game, he is like low-key a little sexist. He's like, oh, you're a girl, you can't play football with me, or spike ball, or whatever it is that they play. I don't know what it's called in this game, because it's not football. It's not like it's not a real sport. But yeah, he's like, you don't know how to play football because you're a girl, and you don't know how to throw things. So it's like, I don't know, kind of annoying. He's also mostly just focused on exercise, which is, I mean, not a bad thing. Exercise is great. Stay healthy, especially during the quarantine. Make sure you exercise. But like, I don't know, he doesn't seem to have much of a personality other than exercising. And also he doesn't do too much on the farm, I think. However, big plus of Alex, he has a pet dog, which is pretty cool. So that's why he's my F tier, though. And then I will move on to my D tier, which I only have one person for the D tier. Speaking of Haley, I've decided I'm going to organize my clothes today. I'll have to throw out all of last year's styles to make room for the new ones. Oh, another thing about Alex that I really, really hate is that there's one thing that he says. You talk to him and he's like, I need new shoes and I'm gonna throw out my old ones because don't want any weirdos wearing my old shoes. And it's like, what? You know, like, he doesn't like people wearing his old shoes even though he's not gonna use them anymore. I think it's ridiculous and I hate it so much. Oh, I don't know if I have enough money to open these now. Anyways, I can open some of them. But so yeah, I really don't like Alex for that reason. Alex, the air's starting to warm up. I'm feeling pumped. Good for you, Alex. Yeah, anyway, so on to my D tier. That would be Elliott. I only have the one for D tier. And the reason I don't like Elliott much is that he's kind of stuck up. Which is like, you know, it is what it is. But the problem that I have is that he, like, so first of all, he's really hard to get to because his house, there are some other marriage candidates who have similar problems. But if you aren't level 3, you can't, God, if you aren't level 3, you can't get into people's houses, or into their rooms if you're not close enough friends with them, which, like, I understand completely, that's fine. But the problem is, like, Elliott's house is, legitimately just his room, so you can't go into his room unless you're already a level 3 friend with him. Maybe I just don't know his schedule well enough, but I never know, like, when he's out and about. And, like, there is another game that I have gotten up to, 8 stars with him, or whatever the highest amount of stars you can with him, without dating him and marrying him. And I just don't remember anything that he had to say. It wasn't very memorable. But, like, I guess some good things about him is that he lives on the beach, and I really like the beach, so that's, like, it's a plus for me. But another downside, he has really expensive taste. Like, the things that he likes are very expensive. So it's just, like, it's difficult to gift him things, it's difficult to get along with him, and it's difficult to find him, which is why he falls low on my tier list. So now we are moving on to C tier. So these are, like, very middle of the line people for me. Like, I don't dislike them, don't hate them, but I don't really like them much either. So my number 1 is Sebastian. And the reason that he's C tier for me is that, again, he kind of stays in his room a lot, so it's hard to get to him. Which, again, like, you know, in real life, not a big deal, but in the game, it makes it that much more difficult to actually get to know him and, like, have him be a marriage candidate. So that's just, like, it makes it a little more difficult for that purpose. He also, you know, very likely to be a vampire. So, you know, take that as you will, but, like, I don't want to become a vampire, so I'm not about to go marry a vampire. Some really cool things that I think about him, he plays D&D, which is pretty fun, or whatever Stardew Valley version of D&D there is. So, like, you can play D&D with him, which I think that's pretty cool. That's another perk of him. And he also rides a motorcycle. He's, like, a pretty cool dude. So he's, like, interesting to talk to and interesting to get along with. Some more problems I have with him is just that it's not even a problem. It's just, like, story-wise, I feel kind of bad, like, staying. You know, like, his whole thing is he wants to get out of town. He wants to leave Stardew Valley and Pelican Town, and he doesn't like living at home and all that stuff, which, like, it is what it is, but, like, it makes me, I don't want to be the reason he stays, you know? So it's like, yeah, he sticks around because of you, but like he might be having a better life if he didn't. So like that's kind of difficult to wrap my mind around. Also, yeah, that's about it with him. I mean, the things he likes are like decent enough to find. They're not too difficult. But basically it's just, he doesn't want to be there. He's probably a vampire. Those are the downsides of Sebastian. My other C tier is Meru. I like the idea of Meru a lot, and I think realistically she'd probably fall more around like B tier than C tier. I think she's kind of just another one that I haven't done too much with, which is why I don't like her too much. And it's not that I don't like her, I do like her, but she's just not one of my top marriage candidates. I like her skill. She's a very smart woman. She's a nurse and all that kind of stuff. So she's a cool person. She's an inventor. But again, she is very, very like expensive to get gifts for. The gifts that she likes are like iridium bars, gold bars, battery packs, all stuff that are either much later in the game or just difficult to find. I mean, not much later, but later in the game or hard to find. So it kind of makes the idea of being in a relationship with Meru kind of daunting, because you have to get so many expensive things for her. But she's a cool person, so like, if it wasn't so expensive to be with Meru, I would really like Meru. That was it for my C tiers. But now I have B tiers. I have more B tier than I had C tier. So my first B tier is Abigail. So I think Abigail is very cool. And I think she has cool clothes, like her little like sprite, really cool looking. And I really like her hair as well. I like the flowy purple hair. She also has like a very adventurous spirit, which is really cool. The one downfall with her especially, but like all of the spouses, but definitely Abigail, is that like she is so cool, and there's so many opportunities that you could have to like have a spouse follow you around and like go on in the mines with you and back you up and whatever, or come around the farm and help you farm, which I know would be kind of difficult. But there's like so many opportunities to do it, especially with Abigail, because she's just so interested in mining and she's so interested in combat and everything, but you don't get the opportunity, so it's just like kind of annoying because there's so much more that you could do with Abigail that you're not able to, and I think that's why she falls a little lower on my tier list. She also is another one that has a lot of expensive gifts. She has a lot of gemstones, a lot of like amethyst. I don't know if anyone's keeping up with the memes, but I guess she eats rocks, which is strange. But yeah, so that's another problem with Abigail, is that she's very expensive. But she is legitimately the embodiment of Halloween, which is my favorite holiday. I don't know what that is. I think that's just a rock. Which is also cool. So like, that's a big plus. Yeah. Okay, that is just a rock. So then my other B tier is Emily. Emily's a cool person. She's very like psychedelic, which I think is interesting. My favorite thing that was part of the newest update of Stardew Valley was the fact that you can now craft clothing, and that's in Emily's house, so that gives her a big bonus over the rest of the people on the list. Otherwise, like, I don't know much about Emily. I don't do much with her, but the fact that you can craft clothes in her house is like the main reason that I like Emily. And she has a job, which is very good. But then like the biggest downfall of Emily is the fact that she is the love interest of Gus, and like I feel bad stealing Emily from Gus because Clint, sorry, because he's just like a little sorry, he's just a sad man, and I feel kind of bad being like, no, I'm gonna marry her and date her instead of you. So I kind of, don't feel great about that. So that's that. And then my my last B tier is Leah. I think Leah has a cool personality. She's the type of person that I would probably get along well with in real life, I think, because she's outdoorsy, and I like to think of myself as a little bit outdoorsy at least. She's an artist, which, I think that's cool as well. She's definitely different than the rest of the people in town, which is very cool. She's also difficult to get to, like Elliott is, because she also... Oh, that was me being tired, not... But she's also difficult to get to know because she also stays inside of her house a lot and doesn't come out much. So that's kind of unfortunate. But other than that, she makes you art for your house, which is really cool, and she teaches you how to paint and do stuff like that, which I think is fun. And yeah, that's basically my thoughts on Leah. So now my A tier candidates are, well, the first one is Harvey. I like Harvey a lot. He's one of my favorite marriage candidates. He's the first person I married in any game that I played. I think he's just very sweet. He is kind of boring compared to some of the other candidates. He doesn't do much, but he's a doctor. He really cares about people in the community. And he's got this cute little passion of liking airplanes and wanting to have flown an airplane. Oh boy, it's getting late. But he can't because he's blind, so it's kind of, he's just a sweetheart. The other one that is one of my A tiers is Sam. He's cool. He seems kind. He seems nice. But he likes his brother. He's, big into family. But he's got Goku hair, so that really drags him down. And then my S tier is Shane and Penny. I know Shane has a really sad story. He's an alcoholic, but he's recovering, so that's good. But then Penny, literally the only thing that I like is that she entirely redecorates your house, and I think that makes up for literally everything else. So anyways, I'm gonna finish the episode here. Sorry that I just kind of rambled on about all of my thoughts of all the different marriage candidates. Yeah, well, let me know in the comments who your favorite is, if you have a favorite, if you play this game. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much for all the comments and suggestions that people have been giving me. They've been very helpful. Yeah, thank you very much. Have a nice night, everyone, and stay safe.